So I start my workout by warming up, and I just take the bar and I squat as deep as I can and really put an emphasis on opening up my hips. And I just do this for one set of 10 before I start warming up on the treadmill. And then I start warming up on the treadmill. And I just set the incline to the highest setting, which is 15 on this treadmill specifically. And I just walk from a pace of 3 to 4. And I just walk from a quarter of a mile to a half a mile. I'm not trying to do anything too intensive, not trying to tire myself out, just get myself warmed up. And then I just take this 10-pound weight and again just squat as deep as I can, but I'm also squatting as slow as I can. I did speed up the video just because it did take a while, but I am just going as slow as I can all the way down. And when I get to the bottom, I'm really almost squeezing my hips open, which is going to squeeze my glutes and activate my glutes. And then I'm pushing the weight toward my ankles on each side. And that's just going to prepare my ankles, my knees, and my legs in general to push that weight up when I'm in that lowest position of the squat. And so here I'm starting my compound lift for this day. And this is just, again, going to be the squat. I feel like I said squat like 50 times in the video already. But I'm glad I did, because that just should emphasize the importance of this move alone. Like, it's kind of difficult because there's a lot of hinges involved and it's hard to feel it in your glutes at times. But doing this warm up really helps me to feel it in my glutes and activate my glutes. And I really noticed a huge difference once I started incorporating this warm up in my routine, as opposed to when I would just warm up on the treadmill or not do enough of a warm up. So I highly recommend activating your glutes and really opening up your hips before you start this lift. And so the same idea, whether you have just the bar or when you add the weights on, you just want to, when you're starting in that top position, you're going to push your hips back and then your knees are going to follow. And you're also going to really want to keep your feet flat to the floor throughout the entire move, throughout the descent down. And also when you're pushing it back up, you want to keep your feet flat to the floor. You don't want to be wobbling back and forth. And so, yeah, I repeat this for 3 sets of 10. And I just try to keep proper form all throughout. It is hard. It is a hard lift, and if you're really pushing yourself, it is going to be difficult, but it is so worth it. And the more you do it, the more practice you're getting, and the better you're going to get at it, the easier it's going to get. I promise. And this is my last set, but I just want to emphasize that I'm not squeezing my glutes at the top. I'm just pushing my hips back, keeping my hips open at the bottom, and pushing the weight up, keeping my feet flat, and just standing up. I'm not squeezing my glutes. Like, you just pushing the weight up is enough work for you to grow your glutes. Like, you don't have to squeeze them for you to, like, gain the benefits of doing the squat. And so now I'm starting my hamstring workout. So these are just stiff leg deadlifts, and I'm just using some dumbbells, and I'm keeping my legs straight with a very slight bend in them. Like, they're not locked, but they just have a very slight bend in them, and I'm just going as low as I can and keeping my back and core I guess just straight and neutral. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, I do this for like a set or 3 sets of 12. And I just did 3 sets of 12 because it was a lighter weight. And so I was going to
I've been lost in time. Remember what is yours and what is
And so now I'm starting everybody's favorite exercise, the beloved hip thrust. So I always used to, for some reason, do my hip thrust along the long side of the bench. And I just kind of recently started to do it along the shorter edge of the bench. And I find that I get such a deeper range of motion. So if anyone is using the long edge of the bench, I would highly recommend trying it this way, because it really did make a difference for me. And so I'm just scooping my hips down and pushing the weight up, scooping my hips down and pushing the weight up. And I'm putting I have the bench sitting right where the bottom of my bra strap would be. And I know it's probably going to be different for everybody, but that's a good reference point for me. So when I know it's around that point, I know I'm getting like a good range of motion going down, and I'm just pushing that weight up, really feeling it in my glutes. And you want to make sure that you're keeping your feet flat to the floor. You want to try and have good technique each and every time. It's going to be a lot harder as you're going through the workout, like when you're approaching the 10th rep, but you just want to strive for that perfect technique every time and not just mindlessly go through each workout. Okay, so this is the last workout for my first lower body day. And so, long story short, I used to work out at Planet Fitness where they had the back extension machine, and I would just do rounded back extensions. But I moved to another side of town, and so I just go to my school gym. And yeah, we don't have the machine here, but I saw Bonge on YouTube showing how she can do these on a Smith machine, and I was like, oh, I definitely got to try that on this free bar. And I feel like I'm still kind of learning the movement, but I definitely was feeling it in my glutes. But yeah, so I'm glad that I was able to at least do a variation of that workout still. And I'm showing how the positioning looks straight from the back, but I'll also show a clip kind of from the side so you'll see how I'm angled. But I basically tried to push my hips over the bar as far as I could and just keep my back as rounded as I can while I'm pulling up the weight and squeezing my glutes when I come up. And I really feel it in my top glutes, like my upper glutes, excuse me. And yeah, like I said, I'm still trying to perfect this, the variation of this workout, because I was feeling it in my calves, I think a little more than I should have, but yeah, we're still learning. But yeah, I repeat this workout for 3 sets of 10 as well. And yeah, that's my last workout for my first lower body day. And then I'll come back and show y'all my second lower body day. Okay, so here is the start of the second lower body day, and I'm just starting off with caged deadlifts, and I'm just using a caged bar instead of a straight one, just because I find it a little bit easier to use, because I find that the straight bar just scrapes against my shins a little bit, and I just avoid that completely with this bar. So you can use the straight one, but this one's just a little bit easier for me. And I find that when I don't have to worry about it scraping against my shins, I could lift a little bit heavier. So yeah, it's just a preference, but you can use either bar. And I just repeat this for 3 sets of 10. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm keeping my feet flat to the floor. And before I pick up the weights, I rotate my shoulders back and then I pick up the weight. But I'm making sure that there's no slack between like my arms and the weight before I pick it up. And that's just gonna like prevent you from injuring your shoulders or pulling a muscle. squats. So a lot of the things that I say for this exercise are going to sound very similar to when I was talking about the squat compound lift in day one, because it's basically the same movement but just a different weight. And because I'm just using a lighter dumbbell, I'm able to squat a lot lower. And so I'm really able to focus all that weight just on my glutes. And I squat as low as I can and just really try to focus on the feeling everything in my glutes on this exercise. And you're really able to do that because it's a lot lighter. You're not worried about like falling or, you know, falling with like 100+ pounds on your back or anything like that. So you can go a lot lower, and yeah, that's what's really gonna give you that pump in your glutes. And I know it's a lighter weight, so it probably doesn't look that hard, but I promise you, you will feel it. Like, my butt was on fire. In a good way, though. But yes, so I just repeat this for 3 sets of 10, and yeah. Okay, so now we're doing step ups, and I'm just taking 2 dumbbells and placing one foot on this box, and with the foot that you see going down to the floor, I'm using as little pressure as I can to just give myself a little prop up, but I'm mainly focusing on trying to lift myself up with the foot that's on the box. And I have the video sped up, but I'm actually moving really really slow, and I'm just moving as slow down as I can to place that foot on the floor, and then using as little pressure as I can on that supporting foot, and mainly focusing on the foot that's on the box to lift myself up. And because I have to repeat a set of 10 on each leg, I only do 2 sets of 10 for each leg. All right, so we are finally on the last workout, And now we're gonna start our goblet squats. So now I'm just taking a 45-pound plate and I'm using it to elevate my heels. And I'm just taking this dumbbell and I'm just squatting straight down, trying not to lean forward too much, just to keep that weight focused on my quads. But aside from that, I repeat this for 3 sets of 10. But that is everything, guys. Let me know what you thought of this format. If you liked me kind of talking through everything, or if you just prefer me to shut up and let you watch. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. But aside from that, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.